Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come
on. It affects me as a parent because my children have all gone up to the ages of 18 to 32, but seeing what they've been through as they've grown to get through young adulthood as teenagers. I can remember times when my sons would always tell me about things that were happening at school that would affect them in some certain way. My oldest son playing football for high school, situations that he'd been through, just seeing how the children would be at each other and just not giving each other respect, not knowing anything about themselves. Myself, as a genealogist, I search family histories. I've always wanted to get involved with children to look up their family histories, because when a kid knows where he's come from, he'll be better at knowing where he's going in the future. And also, so many young kids, they look at their big brothers or cousins doing some of the wrong things in life. They don't know that they might even have someone in their families that are doing some good things in life. Because myself, I've got relatives that are doing things and being doctors, lawyers, and it's good for me to know that that can happen, and I let my children know that they can do these things also. That's why I think a child should find out about their family history, so they can find out that they do have people in their families doing all the right things, or at least trying. I think that politicians could be and wanting to be doing some of the right things, but they just don't push the issues to do it. You take most black people now here on the streets, if you talk to them about the politicians, they'll tell you that nobody's doing anything to try to make things better. We know that most things is going on a high scale, dealing with drugs, guns, and what have you. It's not the people in the smaller neighborhoods that are furnishing these things. It's coming from a bigger source. The politicians, we always thought that the politicians know where the source is. Why don't they stop it before it gets to ground zero, as we would call it here in the neighborhood? I think that we do need to go back to old school, where the parents in the neighborhood also help raising the kids. Church, I think, is one of the best things in the world that could help our youth. At the church that I go to, we do work with our youth, and we try to give them the right direction on being young adults in this country and also in their neighborhoods. I think that if we could get most of the ministers in our neighborhood to work with the children in their church, they could go out on the streets and do a whole lot better than what's going on. Well, one thing that we could have better here in the city is, you know, we have some professional athletes that have gone on and become successful, and if they help out a little bit and we get some volunteers in from the community to help maintain and keep things going for the neighborhood, like the parks and recreation areas that we have, it would help out quite a bit. But we do think about the monies that are being spent in other areas that we think that shouldn't be. They could use some of that money for the neighborhoods of the black youth. But then again, I do have to say that some volunteerism from our community would help out quite a bit. We have people in our neighborhoods, or some that have left their neighborhoods, that have done well, not only becoming athletes, but just have done well in life. Just to maybe make some donations or do some things to help raise money to take care of these communities and to take care of some of the recreation areas that we do have.
I'm talking to